How consistency beats the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. So you're learning about narcissism, you're learning about mindset, about empathy, about how everything is connected. You're learning about energy. And you're also learning that you need to get as far away from the narcissist as fast as you possibly can. You see, the narcissist won't change. I've mentioned that for years in videos. What is changing is you. What is changing is your wisdom. What is changing is your mindset, your perspective. A very important thing that is changing with you, and this changed with me 6+ years ago, is consistency. You see, one thing with you is when you were trapped in the narcissistic abusive cycle, you were loyal to a fault. You were loyal to the abuser. You were loyal to the person who was controlling you unbeknownst to you. Once that relationship ended, no matter how it ended, you were left on an island. You were isolated. You were abandoned. You most likely were discarded. And you had a long road ahead of you, just like I did. But eventually, over time, you figured out that you had to put all of your energy and attention back into yourself. And you had to recognize, realize, and practice radical acceptance and understand that the person you're considering, they never liked you, they never loved you, they never cared about you. They just used you like a toaster to plug into the wall. Now, having said those things, consistency is something that is in your DNA. It is not in the DNA of the narcissist, and I'll describe that and illustrate it right now. What does the narcissist do? They continue to wear different masks. They continue to manipulate people. They continue to shapeshift. They change their hair color, their clothes, the way they walk, the way they talk, their hobbies. The narcissist can't sit still. Now you're understanding that. You have always been yourself. You've always been an authentic, honest, empathetic, genuine, introspective human being. And the narcissist knew that. That's why once they saw you and figured out that you had what they wanted and that they wanted to take it from you, and then again crumble you up like a sheet of paper, throw you away in the freeway, wash, rinse, repeat, that they would do that. Well, that's what happened. The difference between you and everybody else that the narcissist had targeted before is you cracked the code. You figured it out. You have the wisdom, or you are acquiring it. Most others won't get the wisdom. I wish others would, but I'm just speaking the truth. Now, I'm referring to you on your journey in this thing called life, on this planet called Earth. When you were consistent before you met the narcissist, that's how you attracted the eye of the narcissist, because of who you were. You need to remember that. Then once they got as close to you as they could, and you were now trapped in the narcissistic fog and the relationship and the trauma bond, etc., you became a shell of yourself. You became an extension of them. Fast forward again, relationship's over. Now what do you have to do? Well, you have to sink or swim. And I do mean those words, and I said them very politely and eloquently, because if I wanted to, I could use much harsher words. I'm not going to do that because I know what it's like to not want to exist. That was a one-off experience for me, and I'll never go down that rabbit hole again. Now you are understanding so much more about yourself and narcissism and about what happens post-relationship. And your consistency is something the narcissist couldn't break. They couldn't steal it from you. They couldn't turn you inside out permanently. They could live in your mind rent-free. They could manipulate you, and they could have you doubting yourself, and they could plant seeds in your mind and everything they did, but they could not finish you off. And they will never, and I do repeat, never be able to finish you off. This person you're thinking about or considering, and my hope is that you're over them, you've healed, and you are coming back to keep your cup full. But if you're still tethered to them, you need to continue to believe in yourself the way I believe in you. But this person you're considering, what they're doing right now as you're consuming this video and I'm creating it, they are literally on their phone looking around to see who they can target next. Will the person be that they're going to target? Will they be a new source of supply, like you are, a clean slate? Will they be a recycled source of supply, somebody who hasn't healed or figured them out? Or will the narcissist encounter somebody worse than them? And that is very possible, especially as time moves forward, because the pool of empathy, the pool of people that were naive, and the pool of people who didn't know about boundaries, that is drying up. The pool of narcissism, meaning who the narcissist has left to feed off of, that pool is growing. And in that pool has been jettisoned the empaths, like myself and you, and the people that have been inserted or relegated to said pool, or the people who have always been there keeping the pool afloat in the first place, in that low vibrational state, which is, you got it, ding, 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 yes, the narcissists. See, now that all of us, the empaths, all the people who were targeted, all of the people who were trapped for dozens of years or lifetimes, now that we have broken these generational curses, now that we've seen behind the mask and we understand who these creatures are, and we've gone no contact, we are doing our part to help out this planet. But not only are we doing that, we're getting stronger. As we're getting stronger, the people that we are removing ourselves from, they have nowhere to look other than inward. When they do that, that's something they don't want to have to do, but they're having to do that right now because, as I illustrated with you a few moments ago, the pool that used to be so deep, filled with so many opportunities for these dark energy sources, it's drying up. Think about it. Wherever you live right now, you're probably going through a drought. And when I say that, I'm talking about on the planet called Earth. Has it been raining where you live? Possibly. I doubt it. See what I'm saying? This isn't a coincidence. This is energy. Where I currently am living, it's extremely dry here. Why is it dry? It's because we're going through a change on this planet. And this is one of the months of the year that sometimes it rains, sometimes it doesn't. But it's not a coincidence that things are drying up. It's not a coincidence that we're going through a whole different change of energy, different mindsets, different perspective. Now, I'm going to get off the soapbox of drying up with Mother Nature. What I'm sharing with you here is that you were trapped in the underbelly of narcissism. You were trapped in a low vibrational state, and all around you was narcissism. All around you was toxicity. All around you were people who also were trapped. Some of those people have gotten out. You have gotten out. I certainly have gotten out. And now all I do is see the abundance. I see crystal clearly. I see way beyond the mask of certain people and individuals, and I can read energy probably better than most people that even thought about reading energy could. Not the best English, but I hope you understand what I'm sharing. You too will get where I am if you haven't been there yet. Now, I want to illustrate and share something. Sometimes people say that I'm funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I am myself. I'm a person discussing a very sensitive and delicate and life-threatening and debilitating, challenging relationship or type of relationship known to humankind that we were never supposed to figure out. And I do a very good job at it. That's why you keep coming back to get your cup full and to get the new nuggets of wisdom every day. But at times, yeah, I do go off the rails and I will have a sidebar or say something that other people may think is funny. Great. If you're laughing, it's great. If you're getting wisdom, it's great. Remember, on YouTube, there are only two types of channels. One is education. That's my channel. And two is entertainment. If you're getting a little entertainment, God bless you. It means you're healing. This is a good thing. Now, having said those things, consistency is the downfall of the narcissist. Consistency is the kryptonite of the narcissist, and here is why. The narcissist tried to rearrange everything in your life, to take everything they could from you, and to leave you a shell of yourself. Now, I just fast forward through all that. If you've been watching my channel for years, you know what I was going to say in between there. When they did that, they did not think you would put yourself back together. But again, you're different. You did put yourself back together, or that's what you're doing. Having said that, the consistency that you were giving to the narcissist when you were tethered to them in that relationship, it now goes back into yourself. And when you realize who you really are, and you are entering, if you haven't already entered, the third version of you, which is the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind. The reason you are getting to reach the pinnacle of indifference, or the third version of you, and yes, if you know what I'm talking about, drop comments. If you don't, please continue to play the videos. It will click with you. It will click with you eventually. It's consistency. I hope you understand what I'm sharing with you, and I'm going to give you many illustrations right now. That consistency that you placed into the narcissistic relationship now goes back into you post-relationship. When it does that, you begin to really see clearly. As you see clearly, you realize that, yeah, the narcissist stole whatever they could from you. But now it's time to focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Now, when you do that, and I am illustrating this for a reason, then you realize that, yeah, if you keep giving the narcissist energy, they're going to keep stealing it. You keep giving them time, they'll keep using it. You keep sending them money, they'll keep spending it. You keep giving them access, your life will be put on hold. Should I go on? No, I'll stop. This is why you need to place the consistency that you've always had in your entire life into yourself. And this will help you break the generational curse from the narcissist. It will help you realize that you need to get as far away from that person as you can. It will help you realize that that relationship wasn't as bad as you thought it was. It was 1,000 times worse. It will also help you realize that the narcissist was only using you. They were using anything you would give them access to, and they would take anything you didn't allow them to have access to, because the narcissist didn't care about you. They only cared about what you could do for them. Now, pause. I want to illustrate something very, very important that many of you have highlighted specifically over the last few months. Here's what it is. If you go back to the description on my channel, the description that I wrote years ago, it mentions to you that I wrote this in 2021, 5 months and 2 days after my discard, which was, like I just shared, March 31st, 2021. It was a Thursday. And I mentioned to you that I will be a go-to place to get your wisdom, your education on narcissistic abuse. And I also mentioned to you, and you probably weren't here on the channel way back when, but if you were, thank you. Big virtual heart and hug for you. And if this is your first video, same thing. Welcome. Big virtual hug and heart for you. But what I mentioned is I will create a video each and every day, and I will support you, and I will be there for you when you need answers to questions that you have, and you need answers to questions that you haven't even come up with yet, but I will come up for you. And I've done just that. I haven't missed one day in over 5.5 years of creating videos. Truth be told, there are some days I've created upwards of 6 or 7 videos or shorts. That's not even counting everything else I've done. I do it because I want to do it. I do it because I can do it. And I do it above all because this is my moonshot. It's my calling. It's my destiny. It's my future. It's my purpose. And I am what? Say it with me. You got it. I'm consistent. That's the key to everything, people. Consistency. So now I'm going to tie this back to you. When you went no contact, whenever you did that, if you did it 10 years ago or yesterday, have you maintained no contact? If you have, then you've maintained consistency. And I can assure you, excuse me, it has helped you out immensely, because no longer do you have to take a look at your phone or wonder if it's the narcissist texting you, emailing you, calling you, whatever, leaving a voicemail, whatever they're doing, because you've blocked them. That is called growth. That is called progress. That is called letting go of the narcissist, letting go of the past, removing the toxicity, closing the chapter of the book on the narcissist once and for all, and saying, I am done. Putting up a boundary, allowing the boundary to do the talking for you, because your actions speak louder than your words. The narcissist should never see your face, hear your voice, or know what your skin color or your hair color is these days. They should know nothing about you. The less you know about the narcissist, the better off you will be. The less they know about you, the better off you will be. The more consistent you are on the healing path by focusing on yourself, the better off you will be. Understand everything I've mentioned to you in this almost 14-minute and 44-second video, because that's where I'm going to close the video at. The reason I'm sharing this information is because I got the message about 2.5, 3 weeks after the discard, because I was relentless. I was determined, driven, focused, and consistent that I had to figure out what had happened to me. And I did it. And now I pay it forward to help you. And when you get strong, or when you heal, or you become the generational curse breaker, you can pay it forward also. That's why I do what I do. If I never created my channel, knowing what I know now, it would be one of the biggest atrocities of my entire existence, probably the biggest, because I would take to the grave this information, this wisdom I've acquired, which is one of the keys to existence. It's one of the laws of the universe. It's one of the rules of this planet that nobody, and I mean nobody, was supposed to figure out. But I did, and you did. That's why you need to take this extremely seriously and continue to be consistent. Close the chapter of the book on the narcissist once and for all. Heal properly, and continue to move as far away from said person as fast as you can. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the absolutely beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. And according to my math, I've got about 12 seconds left before I can close this video. Consistency, people. Maintain no contact. Maintain your boundaries. Maintain the high vibrational state. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. God bless you. Big heart to you all. Bye.